Wicker is thin branches or vines, flexible enough to be woven. Many plants are used for wicker, such as willow and rattan. Quality wicker is highly durable, and you can even find antique wicker furniture that's still sturdy today. Today's genuine wicker items are usually made of rattan core, rattan palm tree branches stripped of their bark, then processed into different diameters and profiles. At this workshop, they use a manual loom to weave wicker hampers. Taking what's known as flat oval rattan core, flat on one side, rounded on the other, they run horizontal strands through vertical strands in an under and over pattern, working between the hamper's wooden frame and its fiberboard lining. The vertical strands are kept taut by tying them to weighted ropes. It's important to keep the rattan moist with hot water to keep it supple enough to manipulate. One thin round strand is woven every 13 centimetre high section of flat oval. There's no structural reason for this pattern, it's purely aesthetic. A wicker waste paper basket begins with a base that dictates the shape. Vertical stakes of round rattan core are inserted along its perimeter. Then below the base, each stake is bent over the next. Then under one after that. This forms what's called the foot border, a bottom rim that holds the base securely in place. Next, a wooden form is inserted and weaving can begin. First, a small section of round rows, then a large section of flat oval ones. Slowly and patiently, they work their way to the top, never resorting to glue or staples to hold the strands together. Only a hook to compress the rows for a neat and tight weave. Every so often, a worker uses pliers to tear off a stray fibre. Now for the finishing touch. Workers braid what's left of the vertical stakes into a decorative top rim. This particular braiding technique is very complex, requiring all 10 fingers and a special tool to pry stubborn strands apart. Workers snip the excess off with a cutter. When finished, the modular wooden form is removed. Its components are numbered so they'll know how to reassemble them for the next basket. Another more decorative way to finish the top of the basket is this arch technique. They trim each vertical stake, bend it into an arch, then tuck it into the basket, 3 stakes over. This measuring tool ensures the arches are of equal height, while this metal device creates a space into which to tuck each stake. Wicker weavers create magnificent designs by combining various shapes and sizes of rattan. A strand can be as thick as a pencil or as thin as a needle. While this doesn't quite fall under the category of wicker, it's not uncommon to see wicker workshops use other natural materials. Here a chair seat is being weaved out of cord made from seagrass. There's also wicker seating material. This pre-woven sheet is called cane seating or rattan peel, and it's made from the bark stripped off the rattan branch. First, workers force it into a groove in a chair's wooden frame. Then workers glue in what's called a spine, a strip of rattan core with a pointed edge. They force that edge into the groove, hammering it down to hold the rattan peel in place. Then they trim off the excess. Because wicker is wood, it can be stained or painted, or left in its natural colour. Whatever the finish, they give it 2 or 3 coats of varnish for protection. Durable, organic and beautiful.